Hi, this is Joy, and I am here to take you through a walkthrough of ERPLY. This is the login screen, which you will have a shortcut on your desktop to launch. Each store will have its own client code. Today's training will be using Alexandria, and this is the client code, but Annapolis and Rehoboth will have their own code here, which should default. You type in your login, which should be first name, last initial, and your password. Now, this is the first login for the day, and so you may be prompted to select which register. We do try to default this so that you don't have to select it and that we maintain the same register 1 all the time and the same register 2. I'm Joy, as the owner running credit card transactions in the background, always pick a third iPad register, which we have the opportunity to use at Holiday on the floor if need be, but so far we've maintained our 2 registers. Once you select your register, you would open the day. I opened the day, so I'm just showing you what the screen is like, but basically you would count the number of bills in the the denomination, and you would start the day. This register is set up as a credit card machine, so we would not enter anything and just open the day. Now, the default guest will be TSTE guest, and this is the customer lookup, and this is the product lookup. You also have a couple of quick keys here. We find these to be pretty cumbersome because they are very nested and go very deep. And so generally the notion is to put your cursor into the products field and scan, or you can key in items and pick. Now, the interesting thing is because the receipt is so tight that when you type in your items, it's really difficult to see, have I rang the correct item? There's a toggle up here that I encourage you to use so that you can flip between this receipt view and this receipt view. And in fact, if you start on this, then as you scan, you'll always be able to see that you're ringing the correct amount, and you can toggle back to this screen, which gives you all your closeout options. We'll go through ringing more items in a minute, but a few things to note on this screen. This shows you who's logged in, and this is how you will sign in and out. We do not use the clock in, but you can see here you can change your password or you can sign out, and nobody should have the permissions to delete except for me. Clocking in and out is an option here, but we do not use this clock in and out, so you can ignore that. I believe we are able to set up ERPLY to auto-log people out, which is not currently available in Lightspeed, such that when you walk away from the register, it should log you out and require you to log in when you come back to the register. Now, a couple things about this screen of shortcuts. You can sell or redeem gift cards. You can look up gift cards. Again, these are based on the store hierarchy, and they're pretty complicated when we get into it, so I would ignore those and just focus on keying in or scanning here. From a gift card standpoint, the training, which is a PDF associated with this video, shows a bunch of different gift cards. We generally have an open gift card, which will prompt us for a serial number, where we will obtain through our normal process on the store desktop gift card serial tracker. So you will go to your gift card tracker, you will pull the next number, you will enter the number here, and then you will save it, and you will put what your the dollar amount that the guest is buying. So we'll say $10 here, and you will save it, and it will add the gift card to the receipt in the amount of $10. All right, this is how you sell a gift card. I'm going to sell it in this transaction because we're going to use it for a return and for a transaction later, but this is how you would obtain your gift cards. If you click into here, it's going to show you potentially a bunch of other things, but I have hidden them so as not to confuse you. We will always use the open gift card. The other things that we will have here, we have just these 2 rows of quick keys that we will set up. Those kinds of things in the store, which is difficult to scan or doesn't always have a code on it, so that you can have ready access to things that are will need to go on the register that are not scannable. I will also put a shipping and handling on each register as well. This is a little bit in debate right now because the franchise has an open shipping or handling amount where you would key in based on how you're shipping. Generally, when we're charging shipping to guests, they pay and they pay flat rate. And previously, you're used to seeing all the flat rates here. We will either use this $0 shipping and handling and have a little poster at each register for all the flat rates, or I will come in and reinvoke our shipping items, which have domestic and international rates for every size package that we do. So that is more to follow. In any event, once you start ringing your cell, if you would like to add a customer, you can search by the customer's last name and see who they are. You can also search on email and phone number as you're used to doing, and then merging and deduping customers is a little bit easier. Will not be covered in this training, but is something that the manager and the store owner will have the ability to do. When you add your customer, you would just pull the customer in, and then you will see here whether there's any unused coupon available on the account or not, which is nice. These are actually all expired, but they're still showing. The other thing that's critically important here is the rewards balance. Whereas Lightspeed would make this evident when you are checking out, ERPLY shows you the loyalty balance when you are ringing the customer. And when you see 150 points, you should take the option to ring the reward discount. The system won't do it for you, and the system will not give you any prompt that this person is eligible for their reward, but you will have to have your eye here to see if this person has a reward, and when you check out, you will apply a promo. So we'll get to promos in a second. Now, if you want to add a customer because they're not in the database, you would hit this button here, and this is how you can add a person or a company. The PDF shows you all the typical fields that we capture, but we do first name, last name. The customer groups are different, so you will not do anything here unless the customer does not want an email. You can add their home store, their email, their mobile phone, their month and day of birth as typical, and then only if we want to capture any additional information here would we do so. If you are dealing with somebody who could be part of a special group, such as the heroes, then it's a little difficult to identify heroes and customer groups in general in this system. So we will have a separate training on dealing with customer groups, but generally when we capture the last name, we will affix a abbreviation on the end to identify the customer as an employee or as a hero or whatever, as a chef or whatever they would have. So customer group training will be a separate item. And there is a PDF training document on this. So assuming that this is the customer that we're going to stay with, it's not a rewards customer, and this is what we're going to ring. If we need to remove anything from the receipt, we can just hit this. If we want to do a line item discount, we would do that at this stage. That's a gift card, so that doesn't work. But let's say we wanted to do a % off here, because the bag is broken and they want to take it home, or whatever reason. If it's an accessory, you would just come in here and your permissions will indicate whether or not you have the ability to discount beyond a certain level, or whether you need a manager to step in. Again, to toggle to say, what am I selling and does it total up right? Before you pay, let's change one of these to 3 so that we can invoke a discount here. Whether you ring that as 3 separate or put it together, now we know that this Tuscany should be eligible for a promo code. And so we have discount, which is going to be a non-promo kind of discount if we're giving people an extra 10. But generally the promotions are here and everything will be listed. If you need to apply something more than once, then when you click it, you would indicate how many times that you want to apply it. For this case, if I try to apply it outside the normal parameters, it won't. So it won't allow you to discount more than you're able to. But in this case, it checks that I do have 3 1-ounce blends. It applies the discount, and you can see the discount listed here. If they were eligible for a reward, you would hit the rewards program discount. It knows to check whether the person has 150 points or not. So if you try to redeem the $15 reward when the rewards balance is under 150, you won't be able to accidentally do that. The other things that are of relevance here are the birthday blend and the birthday discount. So the birthday blend will take off 1 blend. Let's ring another one so you can see that. Fix 1 ounce, and let's say we want to do a birthday blend. It will apply it to the VIX. So this person is getting both the 3 blend discount and getting the birthday blend discount. And if we gave them the birthday discount on top, which was an extra 10%, it does. So it will go back to stacking discounts, but it will not apply the discount to the gift certificate, which is correct, and it will not apply the discount to shipping, which is correct too. It should only apply the discounts to consumable products and accessories. Now let's say this was a phone order and they wanted to pay when they came to check out. Then what you would do here is you would hit Save Sale. Before we do that, we can add a comment to it here in the notes category. The notes show 2 kinds of notes. One that is evident to the customer. Thanks for shopping with us. Next time, try backwoods. If you had a conversation that you wanted to relay to the customer. And internal notes, Joy will not pick up until Friday, so that we can save it in here. And then once I save it, it goes away. So I'm not sure why we're getting that gift certificate issue. So we'll have to test that, but we'll take that off and save the sale. Now, when you want to retrieve the sale, you just go back to pending sales and you should see all the available sales. You're not going to be able to see the details, but you'll be able to see the customer name and the total amount and the date that the sale came in, so that you can click on it, pull it back up. You can see the notes if there's anything you need to review, if there was something else that one sales associate noted for the customer for you before you close out this person, and then you move to pay. When you go to the pay screen, we prompt to see, does this person need a gift certificate? Is this a guest from another store? And then here are your payment options. If you're going to do cash, you can hit cash and type in the cash amount, or you could have hit 10, 20, 30, or whatever. If you're going to hit card, you can do a card amount, and you can type in what the dollar amount is. If you're going to do a split payment, you could do partial, you could put the rest to cash, you could do multiple cards. If you have a gift card or store credit, these will be options for you. If we had a gift card that we wanted to invoke, if we had a gift card that we wanted to invoke, we would hit the gift card screen and we will see two options. One option is a serialized gift card, and this is exclusive to the gift cards that have been sold by your store or any gift card sold in Lightspeed. Otherwise, you will have a regular gift card, which would be the gift card amount redeemed in total. So let's say this was a $30 gift card. And we would need to capture all the information from this. The store, ANP number 45673. If this is for another store, if it's the corporate account number, you would also want to capture the person's name and the person's email in case there was any issue on this gift card. There is a very elaborate PDF that shows how to redeem serialized or non-serialized gift cards. But if there is a gift card, you simply enter in the number here, search for it, and if it doesn't find it, then just go to redeem it under regular gift card. If it does find it, then that means it is something that's been sold by your store. ERPLY does track the balance, so you don't need to check the balance anywhere, but it will show you what's available, and you can check out using the gift card. If we're not going to use a gift card, then you would just go back to cash or credit. If you want to do split payments, you just put in the line numbers that you want. If you want to do 100% card or 100% cash, you can do it this way, and it will take it, and then you hit the green check and move forward. If they decide that they need to add something else or remove, you just go back to the sale. And if they no longer want the sale, you hit delete sale. The other thing that is potentially relevant here is if you get a diplomat and you need to hit tax exempt, this will allow you to collect the certificate number from the customer so that going forward we could mark them as tax exempt and they won't need to provide you that information in the future. Okay, now that we have reviewed everything about the receipt, everything about the toggle, everything about applying promotions, everything about adding customers, saving the sale, pulling the sale, payment, I'm going to go ahead and delete this sale. If you want to print gift receipts after the fact, you can do so. You can look at recent sales. And you can come out right here and just hit print gift receipt if you've already printed the receipt for the customer, and it will print it. Now, if a customer is ringing multiple gifts on one receipt, you will have to produce a gift receipt for every person on that receipt because it doesn't break it out. And if the customer wants to ring them separately, you can. That will impact your ADS, but it's perfectly fine to print a receipt multiple times for a receipt that carries multiple gift items. Now let's say that perhaps we want to process a return. What you would do is you can look at the sales history and pull up that item, which we'll do in a minute, but generally you would hit return, and then you would scan the invoice number here and it would pull it up. This is a return with a receipt. Since I don't have a return with a receipt, I'm going to just go out here and get one. And I'm going to pull this receipt in. So let's pick this number. So I want to hit return. I'm going to put the receipt up here. It's going to search for it. So hit return, put in the receipt number, it'll find it. And so you will just go down the receipt and check those items that the customer wants to return. Now, according to our policy, it'll pull this in a negative amount. Now, according to our policy, food product is only returned to store credit. Accessories can be returned for a redemption. So you must add a customer to a store credit. And then what you would do when you go to the pay screen, you would hit the store credit and it will apply this to the customer account. I'm not going to do that now because this is a live transaction from another person. If I want to get out of it, I just get out of it. Now let's assume we have a return for we don't have a receipt. So what we do there is we want to come up, we want to ring the item that the customer wants to return, but we're going to ring the negative of the item. And so that will create a credit here. Let's say they want to do that and they want to do some kind of shaker. All right, so we just come out here and we make it a negative. And so this shows $46, which would, because they're food product, go back to a store credit. So we would have to add the customer here. We hit the pay screen, and then we apply that to store credit. If they know that they want to exchange it immediately, then you just ring these items in, and then you get what they do want to buy against it in the way that you've done in the past. And then you'll only be refunding the difference. So theoretically, it works the same as you're used to doing in Lightspeed from the standpoint of a return with a receipt, scanning the receipt and checking the items that you want to return, or a return without a receipt. You simply ring negative items so that we can turn the product to inventory. Now for food product that's returned and you're only giving store credit, you will have to keep those marked out, communicate with your manager so that we can add that product to the assembly tracker as a write-off since we can't resell that product. For accessories, you can return or exchange typically within 30 days. Over the holiday period, we give people till March 31st. You can return the dollars to their original form of payment. If it was a credit card, it goes to credit card. If it was cash, it goes to cash. You can do split payment returns wherein you will go to the pay screen and you could do part of it to store credit and part of it to the balance. The store credit, though, will be grayed out until you add an actual guest, because the store credits are linked to guests. I'm going to delete this sale. So what we've covered today is login, choosing the register, drawer count, switching users, all the quick keys that you can explore, the notes, the sales history, saving sales, finding sales that have been saved, applying promotions. This is opening the cash drawer. This is printing gift receipts. Coupons are applicable sometimes. Account sales, I'm exploring as it might be a way to book to account, which we didn't previously have, but it looks like we have that now. And if you want to do any stock and price lookup, you have that option here. And if you want to do any gift card lookup for gift cards that were sold from our stores or loaded into our system from Lightspeed, you can go here. For corporate gift cards, you will have to go to the desktop link that checks the corporate gift card balance on the website. And for any gift card that did not originate in our store, we always redeem in full. Again, this is just a quick video overview. There is a corresponding training guide in your manuals that you can step through page by page to go through everything that I covered in a relatively similar order, more slowly. Thanks for your time.